I try to prepare myself for as many different types of hardships in preparation of this bus and things I do in life, but there's just one thing with this bus that I didn't prepare myself for very much. And that's you guys. And what I mean by that is like, not so much you, but like the whole school bus community and the fact that nobody knows what the heck they're doing. And honestly, it's my own fault. I mean, most people admit that they don't know what they're doing when it comes to the school bus conversions because it is kind of like such a small niche or a small market, and not a whole lot of people have done it yet, but it's kind of scary to do it by yourself. Oh yeah, another thing that's scary to do is I've got to get this big AC unit right here by myself. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, but let's find out. But first, I've got to cut a pretty small hole in a really big roof. I mean, I think that looks good. And instead of doing it by myself, I did what seems like most people in the school bus community do, is this. I watch videos. And that's where I get myself in trouble because it seems like everybody's kind of doing schoolies the same kind of way, and my mind just isn't working like that. And what I mean a little bit more specifically is, I always just kind of wonder if there's a better reason or a better way of doing something, or like the reason behind they did it that way. So then I just start having doubts within my own ways of doing something or my own creativity. Which isn't a bad thing. It just takes up a lot more time and it gets me all concerned and stuff. For instance, this AC unit. This AC unit that I'm about to put in came with this big plate. And this plate has this big ledge on it. These AC units are designed for roofs that are like 3 inches thick, 4 inches thick, so it sits down nice and deep. And I just start questioning myself, like, there's gotta be a reason that this is in here. I know it's to like hold the AC unit in, but like, what if I trim this? What if I break something? So then I ponder about that for like the next 45 minutes, and everything just takes a lot longer. But so far so good. I think this is gonna work. So then I found myself questioning every single thing that I'm doing. As simple as putting the frame for the subfloor down. Like, is there a reason why people do it from left side or right side versus front to back? Is there a reason why they do it every 2 feet versus every 4 feet? I'm just trying to figure out the reasons behind why people do stuff, and then within questioning those, I start questioning myself and if I'm doing the right stuff, or if I'm not doing the right stuff. So now I'm at a point that I'm just gonna kind of do whatever I think is necessary. Kind of like with this AC unit. All I know is that AC blows at the bottom of the AC unit. That's kind of it. It needs somewhere to go, and that's kind of why that panel's there. So I've got to kind of make my own panel. All in all, it's just one big hole in the roof. So I'm just gonna cut a big hole in the roof and kind of figure it out as I go. I mean, all in all, it really just all stems from my own insecurities and my own doubts within what I'm actually doing. But one thing I am confident in is that if I do something, I can always fix it. Like, there's never no turning back. I mean, there is, but with a lot of work, you can always fix something. Like, if this hole is the wrong size, I can just make it bigger. If it's too big, then I've got to kind of figure out how to maybe turn this into a skylight. I just got to stop overthinking stuff and just kind of doing it the way I think it needs to be done. Because when I keep questioning myself, it just takes so much longer. It's not helping anything. It's not a scrap pile. Scrap pile from this big bus. I've already dumped off like, I think it's close to 800 pounds worth of scrap. Just from the bus. It's nuts. Yeah, you come here. Lean it up against it like a sled. Can you see it? I got it. I got it. I got the AC unit up. I probably should have filmed that, but basically what I did was, this is our gray water tank, but it's heavy, or it will be. I leaned it up against it, and then I stood and picked up and used the ladder as the ledge, step by step. Just like this. And then I got scared when I was up top by myself because the whole like seesaw effect, because I had me and the 80-pound AC unit. So I called the kid from next door and he came over and stood at the bottom of the ladder. But I got it. I think this is gonna work just fine. So I mean, like, I guess all in all, I'm advising you not to take people's advice or recommendations. At the end of the day, I mean, there's no real system or real procedures or way things should be done. You've got to gut all the interior. You can choose to do a full demolition like what we did and take out all the interior from the ceiling and panels and floor, or you can do what a lot of people do and leave the roof, leave the side panels. You can just insulate the floor. There's no, you have to do this, you have to do that. It's all based off recommendations, and I find myself kind of questioning my abilities to do what I think I can do because nobody else does it. So my advice is to not listen to people's advice and recommendations and do a little bit of research as far as how things usually are done, but don't be scared to do it the way you want to do it. And that's kind of what I'm gonna do at this point forward with the bus, is do it the way that I think makes sense. Not to say that somebody has not done this yet, but I haven't seen anybody just lay a piece of plexiglass on the roof and call it a skylight. Everybody kind of like build it out like a hatch, and I didn't need a hatch up there. I didn't think it was necessary, and I don't want to raise anything anymore, so why not just make my life a little bit easier and lay a piece of plexiglass up there? I had the concerns that it's gonna leak, but I think it's sealed up nice well. I mean, it's just a patch basically, made out of plexiglass. But now we've got AC, I just cut a hole in the ceiling and ran the ducting through, and then I will add a little bit of frame underneath here to kind of be parallel with this so that this will fit up here nice and smooth, and call it a day. So I appreciate you guys following along. Like it if you like it, dislike it if you don't like it. If you got any questions or thoughts or concerns, or maybe I'm completely wrong about this whole thing, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Thanks guys.